What's good? I'm Kinell, and this is Sinister Cinema, where we get deep into the guts of the stranger side of cinema. Just letting you know with this little bit at the start that we now have a Patreon. Sub up to that, and you can get all these episodes early and ad-free, so you won't even see this bit at the start. You get them a few days before the main episodes drop out. We've got some great guests coming up. We've got some studio episodes. We've got some Zoom episodes with some fantastic rappers talking about the films they love and the films that influenced them. We got a lot going on there. Plus, you get some bonus content like film reviews, all that kind of thing. I don't need to explain this to you. You know what a Patreon is. But yeah, it's patreon.com/Kinell Sinister Cinema. So check that out. Peace. Yes, people. What's good? I'm Kinell, and this is Sinister Cinema, where we get deep into the guts of the stranger side of cinema. Kinell Sinister Cinema is brought to you by Forgotten Sons Apparel. Check them out at forgottensonsapparel.co.uk. Forgotten Sons Apparel is a York-based streetwear brand drawing inspiration from alternative culture, tattoos, film, classic TV and cartoons from our childhood. In our own words, if you like our stuff half as much as we do, then we like it twice as much as you. I'm a big fan of this brand and I love the guys who make it. They've supported me for years, way before I was podcasting. They supported me in my battle rap career. You might have seen me rocking some of their garms on Don't Flop and other leagues. I love Forgotten Sons Apparel and I'm urging you all to check them out at forgottensonsapparel.co.uk. Right, now on with the show. Yes, once again, it is the KSC Podcast. I am Mr. Always Had a Buzz of every rhyme I wrote, and everybody want to know me like the Wi-Fi code. It's Kinell himself. Yeah, we're back at it. Before I kick into this, I've got to let you know I've got a couple of gigs coming up. This is going to be going out on Thursday the 27th. So if you are in London on Saturday, you might want to hit up Battersea Barge, and you can catch me bodying Danny Jack. Once again, the original isn't online, but trust me, I twatted him, and I'm going to do it again. And if you are in Bristol around the 20th of May, me and the man like Gas Buff, who was on here a couple of weeks ago, are going to be doing a horrorcore battle. We're doing a battle that's like all horror bars like, and this is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm really happy to be able to bring that to the people. That's another Don't Flop one, too. You can cop them at don'tfloptickets.com. Yeah. Anyway, this is, of course, the movie podcast where I get my people I know from battle rap on and then forget to talk about movies completely. But not today. Fucking today, we are talking movies. Now I'm bringing on, because obviously we support independent cinema around here and we want to get things pushed. I've got someone with an ace project here for you. It is Mr. Bison, the director, Bison Briggs. Yes, how are we, la?
Good, mate, good. Nice one for getting me on, bro. It was a big intro, that. Appreciate it.
Hey, safe, man, safe. Before we tear into everything else, I want to let people know about this project. We're gonna have the link to the GoFundMe in the comments, so people are gonna be able to hit that up if they want to contribute to this thing. So let people know what it is.
Yeah, mate, it's been a roller coaster, to be honest. So I had the idea originally before COVID. We actually structured it as a 5-part series based around the world of battle rap. So we was going to base it in sort of the real world of battle rap. So a lot of the people that will be taking part will be playing themselves essentially. But around that, we create a world with, actors who are not battle rappers, like they are industry level actors coming on board. And then we treatmented it. We spoke to a lot of distributors about putting it out there. And then COVID happened and it just froze everything. If you follow battle rap, you'll probably remember I did a podcast with Battle Rap Resume, Tom Queen, saying sort of I'm leaving promoting at the end of this year. And this was the reason, because everything was gearing up to go. And then, like I say, COVID happened. The investment that we had just went away. So yeah, it was a sore subject for a while because I put a lot of work. I put about 3 years worth of work into writing the script. I was chatting to a friend recently and he was just like, look, pick it up. So picked it up, restructured it. It's gone from a series now into a short. So we're going to shoot around a 7-8 minute short now and do a full festival run with it. And hopefully, aiming to win a few awards with it and really try and get it back into the eyes of these TV broadcasters. But I think the main thing is just doing an authentic look on battle rappers. You know, yourself, bro. Like we've been a part of this for. I mean, myself, I've been in this scene for like 13 years, and you know, there's been some good films based around battle rap, but I don't feel like anyone's ever encapsulated the anxiousness and the stuff performers go through before getting on stage. And I sort of want to bring that to this.
Yeah, I just want to see something where the main guy isn't a fucking like actor who's clearly getting bodied in the main bit, which is what normally happens in battle rap things, isn't it?
Yeah,
when people bring that to cinema, like it's always like the actor who's playing it, who's like the name or whatever.
So the idea with this is we're literally, like I say, it's a short, so it's going to literally kick in 5 minutes before a title match, and it's through the perspective of the promoter, and everything is just sort of, you know, it's these two narratives. So it's the promoter and then one of the guys who's in the title match, and it's the anxiety they're going through. You know, the promoters put a lot of cash into this event. It's sort of a make or break event, and the artist who's getting the title shot sort of is talked about as maybe he shouldn't deserve it, and this is his big moment, sort of thing. So it's the pressures both have got, and obviously they come to a boiling point. And yeah, I just really want to capture what it is actually like being a performer, being a promoter, because I've got both of them experiences, and the people I've put around the actor. Like, you know, we've got Jamie Shelton signed on to play the lead. Jamie Shelton actually shoots a lot of our big events, so he's a battle rap fan. He understands battle rap, but he's also been in quite a lot of award-winning short films. He was a regular in Emmerdale for a few years, and then he went on and made a few feature films as well. So he's an established actor, and it's brilliant to have someone, especially because he gets battle rap. That's the main thing for me. I didn't want someone who doesn't know the scene and just doing it because it's a decent script. Like, I wanted someone who would put energy and time into this, and Jamie was the first person I actually shown the script to, and he was like, "I want to play that role." So that's I'm glad I've got him on board.
So what is it from the original series like? Is this like a part of the original series, or is this something that could spin off into the series, or have you just taken a particular part that you think's important? And
that's been the difficulty. So originally we structured it, like I say, it was a 5-part series. So the idea originally was, episode 1 of the series was about this lad who sort of, everyone who knows me, I've been close friends with Raptor for over 20 years. So it was sort of diving on Raptor's story a little bit. So it started with episode 1 of, a lad coming out of jail with everything to prove, sort of thing. And he just found his way into battle rap, exactly the same as Raptor. Raptor went to jail something like 7 times over the course of his life, and then he never went back when he became a battle rapper. So it shows the positive sort of impact it had on his life.
Am I right in thinking that, like, your first battle was because flipping like Raptor happened to go to jail that day, and he was supposed to battle Els? Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, exactly. So I went to watch. I knew what Don't Flop was, but it was nowhere near what it became. Raptor was booked to battle Els, so I just went to support him, and no one could get hold of him. Yeah, he got arrested and went to jail. And then obviously I was in a music crew with Raptor at the time, and yeah, Els was on social media as it was back then, saying Raptor's a pussy and da 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 da. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do the battle. And then it's there to watch me versus Els, my debut.
Fucking hell, man! That's it. Like, so this is something that's coming from a very genuine fucking place. Like, I mean, I know this, but like, not everyone does. We're promoting. There's a crowdfunder. Is it a GoFundMe or what is it?
Yeah, GoFundMe. I've never done one before, to be honest. I've outside of this, I've raised quite a bit of cash to do it anyway. I sat down with a few people and said, look, I feel like we're 15K short of making this Cannes festival level. I'm fortunate enough, mate. I work in the industry anyway, so I've got quite a lot of connections and contacts that are part of this. So yeah, we're really going to do a big festival push with it. We're speaking to the BFI next week. That's the level we're sort of going with it as well. So yeah, we want to go big. So we set the GoFundMe up. I didn't. The reason there's been no promotion is I set it up last night, click save, and I didn't realize it goes live the second you click save. So that's why it became 22:11 last night. I was panicking, going, shit, I need to promote.
That's it. Like, you think like, oh, I'll set this live and I'm ready to promote. It's like, oh shit, now I've got to push this at fucking 11 at night.
Mate, I panicked because we had this full idea to sit down. So the idea was we was going to shoot the pitch in the middle of the pit at the next Premier Battles event. So we've got a full campaign for it. But yeah, the second it went live, one of the friends who was helping me with it was like, "You've got to promote it within the first 3 hours, or it'll die."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Shit, 11:30 at night, right? Let's just get this everywhere." And then the response has been amazing, man. I didn't honestly thought I'd wake up today with like 10, 20 quid in the bank, but raising 1,300 quid in 24 hours has been mad. But I appreciate everyone that's done it as well.
This is it. This is it. Obviously, this is mainly coming from the battle rap community. You got a lot of people supporting you from that, and it's mainly coming from there. But we want to speak up because this is independent filmmaking here, and this is like it's coming from a good place. It's from people that are fucking like equipped to do it. But obviously, like I say, there's a lot of people that are like checking the KSC podcast because they're not. They have to deal with fucking me bringing battle rappers on every fucking week. But what's call it? You know, they're about independent filmmaking. So I want to ask some filmmaking questions right now.
Yeah,
like I think the two big ones are like what are the films and filmmakers that influence this, and what are the films and filmmakers that influence you?
You know what? It's literally changed recently. So like I say, the original script has changed. Because like I say, it did go from a series to a snapper, 8-minute, high energy, fast paced, just anxious mess of a short. That's the way I've written it. And this has come from just watching stuff recently. So in my head, the way I want it to look and what's sort of influenced the new sort of short that's become is the Disney series, The Bear. I don't know if you've seen The Bear.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that, man. It's fucking, it's pretty fucking hectic like that. That's a series that's like really captured what it is to be in that environment.
100%. If no one's watched it, what's the first episode? The first 10 minutes, it literally is incredible filmmaking. Like it's just energy, fast paced. Everything is going on, but you get an insight on what it's like to be a head chef in a restaurant that's busy. Like, and that I literally the second I watched it, I sent it to all the staff in Premier Battles, and I was like, this is what it feels like to run an event. Like this is exactly what it feels like. Just you've got so many moving parts and personalities and jobs at an event. This is how it feels, and it's sort of reflected in the new script. So it's very much influenced by The Bear, Whiplash. If anyone's ever seen the film Whiplash,
yeah, big fan of Whiplash.
Brilliant film. It's just another, trying to get success at all costs, which is the narrative of this. And Uncut Gems is another one that sort of influenced the way I'm sort of.
Yeah. I can feel that, like flipping Uncut Gems, like flipping. Obviously, like I get a lot of battle rappers on talk about films. Uncut Gems is one that talks about a lot because there's something about the constant anxiety of that fucking like is very easy to relate to if you're in the fucking business of fucking standing in front of people with fucking material you've never performed before that you're only going to perform once, and if you fuck it up, the entire crowd's going to boo you, and then it's going to be on the internet forever, and you're going to be famous for it. Like there's something about the anxiety level of the Safdie brothers film that is very fucking relatable to battle rappers.
I think it's because it's the world that we're in. Like you say, although this is going to be a short film, when you are on stage, it is very much there and then. There's no retakes. There's no cut. Let's reset up. It's there and then. If you fuck up, you fuck up, and it can be a major battle. It can be a small one. Like if you've ever choked in a battle, you know the feeling of the world. Everything goes silent for 30 seconds. Well, you think it's 30 seconds. It's usually like 2 seconds tops. But I really want to capture that, and being like I say, being a promoter and having to do. People think you turn up and you put your card and that's it, but the promoter, well, my staff get there at 10:30. We're setting up merch stands, lighting rigs, camera teams, merch guys, bar staff, security, and then you've got a card of like 30 battle rappers and then 300 fans in the venue. There's so many moving pieces. People always say to me, "Why don't you come out after the events?" It's because I'm genuinely knackered. Like I don't get to eat, I don't get to drink all day. I'm just grabbing bottles of water as I'm moving. Like, and I feel we need to capture that. And then the other perspective is the artist. No one knows that you'll go into a green room and you're reciting the same material you've been reciting for 2 months and you hate it, but you've got to go and do it. And the anxiety of dropping that first bar and getting a reaction. If that first reaction don't land, it can throw you. It can ruin your entire performance. Like I don't feel like nothing's ever really captured that from our perspective, and I'm hoping I can do it with this. It's a task, but I feel like I've had enough experience now, mate.
That you've definitely got the experience to talk from a fucking genuine place, like fucking like. But that is something I'm interested in seeing, because obviously we've had like various battle rap films over the years, like 8 Miles, the obvious one. Like,
yeah.
I think what you call it, Versus was entertaining, but like I don't feel it really like captured like what people go through. I think Bodied was probably the one that's like most accurate for like things that you fucking deal with.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I had this conversation with Versus. Like, yeah, shouts to Ed Lilly as well. He's a local director. I've known Ed Lilly for years. He's great at what he does. He's just done a few big things for Sky and HBO as well, so he's really killing it. But Versus was the story of a lad, but his world was something he stumbled into, which was battle rap. It wasn't necessarily about battle rap. It was about this kid who was in foster care and stuff. Whereas this is going to be solely about battle rap. Like, this is that. You know, we're jumping in 5 minutes before the title match. We're in the middle of an event. Everyone's enjoying it, apart from these two people who have everything to prove in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. So we're really capturing that energy, and like one thing I'm like quite interested in is like, because obviously, you know, you've been looking at like, you know, a 5-part series, and you're putting it into this short space, like what was your approach for like I'm gonna make 7 minutes out of this? Like, how can I take this thing that's been a storyline and how can I show it in one shot? Like,
that was the difficulty, because it was hard going from, I'm not going to get the funding for the series now, so this is where we was a couple months ago. You know, I had the series sat there, and I lost all interest in it, to be honest. After COVID and stuff, I was like, because of the disappointment of losing the investment and everything, I was just like, you know, I don't want to look at it again. But then I started thinking about, you know, the first episode was the main protagonist coming out of jail. But then I started thinking, why was he in jail? What's his backstory? Can we make some sort of pilot episode where it's the telling of why he went to jail? Then an episode 1 would be, you know, 5-10 years down the line, whatever it was. And then that's where it sort of came from. And I was throwing ideas around with a couple of friends who are writers. And then we decided, let's not focus on the series. Let's forget the series completely and just tell a high intensity story of what this scene is. And then obviously, if it does well and it goes the way we want it to go, which I'm hoping it does, if it does get picked up, then we can go, right, well, we've got the basis of a story here. Now let's rewrite the series based off the back of this short now. So the shorts have changed, the characters have changed. The only thing we've sort of kept is the reason why he goes to jail, just to sort of give a cliffhanger moment of the series if it does happen, which I'm hoping it does, because it'd be nice to get paid to shoot a full series about that.
Because I mean, like that's something that's quite interesting. Like, you know, that's something that can really be a twist if you don't know it. Like, because obviously, you know, when we're in these like battle rap circumstances, like, you know, if there's some like serious personal incident that can be like put on someone, and you know that can be a whole thing. Like because I have a big whole thing about how like battle rap can be like such amazing storytelling.
Yeah, 100%. That's sort of why I've changed. So the original series idea was from the view of the protagonist, which we've swapped now to the promoter, because I feel like the promoter is the center of the universe. So
that's a wild thing to say when you're a battle rap promoter.
It's like, with the battle rap promoter, we deal with so many. Like, it's not just, for example, if we use just the protagonist, it's just his story. Whereas when it becomes the promoter, we can bring in different storylines. You know, you'll know yourself, mate, being a battle rapper, like, you know, you have issues with other leagues, other artists, other promoters, but then you've got, you know, the promoter will deal with international bookings and trying to get visas, and, you know, people missing flights, to then, you know, people having deaths in the family that are your headline and you spent $3,000 on the event. Like, that's why the promoter is the centralized person in this universe of battle rap, because they have to deal with everything, whereas the protagonist just has one goal, which is win his battle. And obviously that can provide intensity and high energy storytelling, but I just feel like there's more branches we can go off when it's the promoter in the middle rather than one battle rapper. So that's sort of where we've gone with it.
Yeah, so you can you can like take quite like a fucking different branching story there by just having all the information that's arriving towards the promoter, like
of course,
in this matter of seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, that's why we've redone the script to start 5 minutes before the title match, where things are going perfect from a crowd perspective. The event's amazing, but only the promoter will know what's going wrong, because obviously he's not telling everyone, "Oh, this is happening, or this is happening." And then the artist at the same time is, he's about to go on stage for his title match, but he's also got his own personal shit that he's dealing with at the same time. Like he's not in the right mind frame for this, but he realizes if he doesn't do this title match, then he might as well not be a battle rapper after it, because it's going to fuck his whole plan up. So yeah, he just thickens up the story of being more. I keep saying the word, but high energy. That's the way I want it shot, to look and edit.
Yeah, I think it's like quite an interesting approach to take, because like even at the best events that people remember as classics, like flipping like if you're behind the curtain, like fucking like the best event that you've experienced as a fan, like 12 things went wrong like that day.
Yeah, it's every event. Like it's literally every event. And that's what I say, the fans will walk away and go, classic event, best event we've ever been to. Battle rappers who battled and got massive love and reaction will jump on social going, amazing event, loved every minute of it. But the promoter might have just lost $5,000 because he didn't sell enough tickets, or, how many times have we seen like SD cards get corrupt and battles get lost? And
fucking loads of them, mate. Fucking, I'm from King of the Ronalds, mate. Greatest ever King of the Ronalds fucking event. None of it's online.
Honestly,
greatest ever King of the Ronalds battle was the original in Manchester, me versus O'Shea. Never been seen by anybody who wasn't in the room, and they were all on drugs.
Some random kid has got that SD card that he's found in the street and didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and he's fucking formatted it immediately, like to take pictures of his own dick to fucking send to someone.
I wouldn't be surprised, mate. But it just sort of, that's why we've gone with that element of the promoter is the sort of main lead now. And luckily enough, like I say, I've got Jamie Shelton to play that role, so I'm excited to see what he can bring to it as well, because he has done stuff where he's been like high, anxiety acting, basically. He'll put you on edge, which is exactly what I want from it.
Yeah. So going to a wider thing, like, away from this project specifically, like what are the kind of films that you watch and that you're into and that you have watched that have like affected the way that you approach like fucking like writing bars even?
Oh mate, I watch everything. To be honest, I'm massively like, I watch a lot of Japanese TV series, to be honest, and then I think just Asian TV in general is incredible. Like fucking Alice in Borderlands, and even I know Squid Games blew up and became really commercial, but like that was incredible. I always honestly feel like outside of British TV, the Asians tell the best stories. Like they just seem to nail everything they do, which I love watching that sort of cinema as well. I mean, if you're talking, I love British TV. One of my good friends who's a producer on this, The Pit, Andy Ellis, was in This Is England, which is one of my favourite British films of all time. I love Shane Meadows' work. I think Shane Meadows is unbelievable.
Flipping Shane Meadows certainly fucking like is worth a mention. Like I think like one of the most fucking like something that people don't give enough credit to, and I think it's because you can't even like get a decent stream of it these days, is LaDonkin Scorsese.
Yeah, mate, he's unbelievable. Have you seen thingy as well? It's gone out my head. Paddy Constantine, Dead Man Shoes. Yeah,
fucking one of the greatest of all time, quite frankly.
Brilliant. Like these are the films I love, and I just think cinema. I will watch the big Hollywood blockbusters that come out because everyone does, but I always try and find. I love short films, to be honest, mate. Like it's mad because, like, say, Jamie, who's playing the lead, he's he's sort of my plug for short films. Sends me everything.
Have you seen Marlowe's one?
I've not seen it yet. I was chatting to Marlowe today. I need to watch it, to be honest. Is it available anywhere? Because last time I seen it, he was doing a festival run.
What you call it? I don't believe he's put it out yet. I think it's happening soon. Like, well, I saw that at Fright Fest.
Oh, did you?
And Fright Fest is like, it's like the sort of main, pretty much for the whole of Europe, like horror festival, like.
Yeah.
But they've always like that was where like the UK premiere of Bodied was and all, like.
Oh, sick.
Because that was directed by Joseph Kahn, who they had a bit of relationship with. So it's like that festival is like a horror festival, but they've done bits for battle rap, like.
Oh, nice! I'm gonna look at that, definitely.
Yeah, I was at.
Sorry, mate. Go on.
It'd definitely be worth submitting to there off that basis, like the level of anxiety we deal with is something that people would be able to relate to. I was at flipping like I say, I was at the like sort of when it was in the short film block. There was premiering Marlowe's one, and fucking like it was like that in the Prince Charles Theatre in Leicester Square, and then immediately afterwards it was like fucking like the 4K restoration of Dog Soldiers. And Sean Pertwee was there.
I love Dog Soldiers. What a brilliant film that is!
Oh, it's fucking banging, isn't it? Like,
I remember watching that on the cinema when I was about 17 or something. Brilliant film. Did you know Marlowe's was being shown, or was it a surprise?
Yeah, it was like a shorts block, and it was there. Like I was there for the Friday, Saturday. I was gonna go home on the Sunday, but his was being shown, so I thought I'll buy tickets for this, and it was Dog Soldiers afterwards. I thought I'll buy tickets for Dog Soldiers as well, obviously. That was a fucking great afternoon. Like it was fucking mad because I had like Marlowe on.
Yeah.
As a bit of a thing, like sort of promote it. The Thursday before. And he was talking about how much he likes the works of Quentin Dupieux. It was like,
I know that.
It's Mr. Wazo. You remember the Levi's advert with Flatbeat?
Yeah. Is that who it is?
Yeah. He fucking makes these really weird, mad films. Like he's got this one film called Rubber about a killer tire.
Yeah.
I'm flipping like Marlowe was like going on about like, oh yeah, fucking he's like a really important filmmaker to me.
Yeah.
And like fucking like I bumped into him like walking out because his film was premiering at that and all like so I thought like shit, like fucking Marlowe was just going on about how much he fucking loves you and you've just watched his first film like play on the big screen for the first time. Like
that's sick. It's mad how many people are part of this scene of creative like that, like Marlowe making films. The amount of people that's reached out to me today, like fans and battlers that I didn't even know were a part of the industry, like just offering help and stuff. It's been mad. Yeah.
Like flipping it is worth fucking like giving a shout to like fucking because I think like battle rap, it's not necessarily something that you're going to be in for like a long time unless you're a fucking like lifer who's addicted to it like me. But like fucking like the kind of people that battle rap attracts, like fucking the level of creativity in there, fucking like those people are always going to go on to be creative. Look at what Theo Kane's doing right now. We fucking knew him as like Psychosis Holocaust back in the day.
Yeah,
and like fucking like he's made Unit 11, which is an incredible film. Like and he's got Slimehouse TV going on. Yeah, and he's like there's something I know he was doing a lot of filming for the guys who, do you know the film Host?
Yeah, he was doing like an interactive horror film for them or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, flipping like
I remember him posting about that. I thought about that the other day randomly.
Yeah, flipping like I know they did the filming part of it, and I think there's like sort of more fucking computer work shit to go on, like, but. Yeah. Because like that new film that's coming out from Blumhouse, Boogeyman, that's the Rob fucking whatever his name is that directed Host. Yeah. He's working for Blumhouse now. Oh, and like this was sort of going on at the same time. So like when that comes out, that's probably when we're going to see some of that.
No, that'll be good. I remember him posting about that. He's doing another film as well, and I always keep up to date with what Theo's doing. I just think he's just a creative guy, man. I love what he does. But I'm sure he's shooting like a Western film as well, and the Winnebago or something.
Fuck it. Is it Wendy and the Wendigo? I
Yeah,
think is the
that's
thing.
what it's called. Yeah, some of the
Yeah.
stills he's put up of that look brilliant.
Yeah. I like fucking everything he posts. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely gonna be fucking cool.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of them. He's just a creative, innit? Like Unit 11.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Unit 11. It was good to see the progression of it getting better because it was shot over 10 years. Like the cameras and everything was getting better as it was going along, which is cool.
Yeah, it's something that just really inspiring. It's just something that genuinely makes me happy. Like, if anyone's like anyone like been involved in battle rap in the slightest, and I see him doing something cool, like fuck it, it feels like yes.
Yeah,
it feels like it's one of the team, innit? Even if you like met them once, like
yeah,
it's like
100%. That's what it is, though, mate. Like you say, it's hard to explain what battle rap is unless you've been in and done it, and to see people that have been in and done it doing well, you sort of know what they've been through, and you know the creative level it takes to get to that. It's dope to see, man. I love seeing people doing well at the scene.
Yeah. And that's why people should get invested in the pit if they don't necessarily like know about it, because these things we're talking about, these things you experience, this anxiety and like just putting out this kind of like creativity as like a one-off, and like being forced to create something entirely original for a one-time performance.
Yeah.
Like if you have that energy in you, there's a good chance that you can bring it to like other things in the future. Like it could be the genesis of a million things. Like, and like that's why I'm so interested in this pit project.
I appreciate it, mate. Like I say, it's the first proper thing I've directed. Like by trade, I'm a producer by day, so I'm used to being on set and stuff anyway. So I'm interested. I've always had an interest in directing, so I just took the plunge and done it with this basically because I've sat down with a few other lads that I've brought in to potentially direct it, and I'm telling him my vision, and every single one of them has gone, "Why don't you just do it?" And it's giving me the kick up the arse. So yeah, hopefully this isn't the first or the last thing that I'm going to be doing. The end goal is to take this to TV. If we can take it to TV, I want it to be accessible. I don't want it to be, like you just said it yourself perfectly. Then, like, I don't want this to be if you've been a battle rapper, you'll get it. I want you can stumble across this and get it, but at the same time, if you're a battle rapper, you'll just relate to it. Like the bear, for example. I'm not a chef, but I felt every moment of anxiety by watching it. So I want to give that with this.
Yeah, that's a very good angle to fucking like always like take things from, like, because like the bear is a really good example. Like it's like the things that I really like that really resonate with me is like when I'm watching something, and like even though the person there is like going through things that I've never experienced, like I feel like I'm in their shoes.
Exactly, it's the best way to do TV. I think it's like you say, it brings out emotion. How many films do you watch where you could literally sit on your phone and by the time it finishes, you sort of know what's happened without even watching it? Whereas stuff like The Bear and Whiplash, you're so in tune with what's going on because you're feeling what they're feeling. And if you can do that.
Okay, Whiplash made me care about jazz drumming, and I do not care about jazz drumming. Like,
mate, Whiplash was just a ride, wasn't it? You felt like you was that drummer, like the bit when he crashes and he's upside and he's running covered in blood to get to the recital. You want him to get there, but at the same time, you're like, what are you doing? Stop. Like,
yeah, and you kind of like compare it to other things, like fucking we've all had things like where fucking we've had to get to gigs urgently, and then suddenly we connect on that level, like
100%. That's sort of where the script goes. Obviously, I won't ruin too much with the script yet, but like that's sort of where it goes. There's a moment in the middle where you sort of like, who is in the wrong gear, the promoter or the battle rapper, and it's down to the audience to make their choice of who they would side with at the moment. So everything sort of leads up to one boiling point, and then it's just if you're a battle rapper, you'll know exactly what I mean when it gets to it, because I reckon we've all been in that same situation.
Yeah, because that's it, innit? Like you said, who's in the wrong, the promoter or the battle rapper? It's the shoes you're in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way I want it to be. I want battle rappers to watch it going, the promoter's a dick, but I want promoters to watch it going, battle rappers a dick. It's not like a select A or select B. You just get to pick which way you're going.
Yeah.
But if I get it to look the way I've got it envisioned in my head, I think we'll achieve it pretty well. It's been a mad one directly, mate, drawing storyboards out and stuff, but I'm enjoying it.
That's sick. Like, so you're at storyboarding level. Like, have you got like a very precise vision of what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I just need there's a few things I want to change with the scripts, just tighten up the ending a little bit. I've set a deadline for Monday for that, so I'm gonna get that done. But yeah, I've basically drew it all out, but it changes every day. But I sort of know how I want it to look. It's going to be close. It's going to be intense. I want the feeling of you're in the pit with them, especially when the battle happens. I want it to be a perspective of, you're in the pit, because that's a unique experience in itself.
Yeah, fucking that's the one thing that I don't think has ever been truly represented.
Yeah. It's like every film or TV show that's done battle rap. They always take it to a stage, which is good because we do use stages, but I don't feel like the pit's ever been really done. When it's done, it's always in a car park or a street, and it's never like that.
That feeling of having a very big crowd, like literally surrounding you, is something fucking else. Like almost no other performer experiences that.
Mate, especially when you're headlining and it's a great battle, and you feel the crowd starting quite wide. By the end of the third round, that crowd is round you. Like, the cameramen are holding the cameras like this, and that's the sort of intensity I want to bring to it. I want the audience to feel the pit is enclosing on them, whether you're on the side of the promoter or the battle rapper.
And one's when the camera's holding a light and you can feel the heat on one side of your face while you're trying to deliver something. Like, that's something else. Like,
even the little things like, someone that close to you, someone 2 rows back, you can hear them just having a full conversation while you're trying to rap. Like, people don't realize all this goes on. The bar staff dropping glasses, and it's all a mess. It's the maddest sport in the world.
Yeah. Well, what you call it? So I think we'll approach wrapping this up, and obviously, if people want to support this, where do they go?
Just go. So the GoFundMe is out now, which is gofundme.com/the pit short film hyphenated between them all. But if you just go to @Bison Briggs on every platform, there's links on there to it. I appreciate everyone that's donated already, man. I honestly didn't expect the reaction that it got so fast.
Excellent. That's excellent to hear. And for you on your personals and like what you're doing, do you want to let people know what's popping?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the pit, obviously we're running Premier Battles. We've got event all year. YouTube.com/Premier Battles. We just announced the plug for, which is Shotty and Twerk as the headline. And then we've got Oshea and Soul Khan in September as well, which is another big battle. But yeah, I'm trying to get this pit done, these events, and I'm producing a feature film at the minute. With hopefully shooting in September. So fingers crossed.
Oh, excited for that. You're going to come back on and let us know a little bit about that when information is out.
100%. It's under NDA in a minute because we're just about to sign in. We've got a big lead that's attached to it, so I can't say too much because I'll get sacked.
Them ones, man. Them ones.
Second it comes out.
It always happens whenever I get someone who's dealing with something fucking really heavy coming up. Yeah. They always go like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking sick." Can't actually say what it is, but it's gonna be sick.
Mate, it's a nightmare. I'm so excited, but I can't even post about it on my socials. I can just say I'm working on a feature. That's it. But it's it's an exciting time, man.
Yeah. Okay, so follow Bison Briggs. Fucking check out that GoFundMe. Follow Premier Battles. All of them things there. This has been the KSC Podcast. Big up, everyone. Safe.